Excited about 2025. I'll tell you, 2024 has been a really good year other than the end of the year. Some stocks did okay. I mean, NVIDIA, one of the fabulous sevens, didn't really do anything, but there were so many stocks out there, and there's a lot of them moving today that are starting to kick in, and I'm really excited about it. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the style, everything else. But before we get started, have any of you ever seen me do a presentation before? Just give me a quick yes or no in the chat. Just want to kind of just see if everybody, if you guys, because I want to be able to make sure, if you're beginners, I want to be able to talk about some beginner stuff. Frank, you've seen me before? Okay, good. All right. T. Murphy, you have? Good, good, good. All right. So with that said, before we get started, I just want to give everyone a copy of my book. So if everybody could just email me, if you got your email up and running, want to give everyone access to my book. It's a great fast read. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's basically how to beat market makers at their own game. So some of the things I'm going to show you right now is exactly how market makers trade. I was a market maker. I live here in New York. Been doing this for about 35 years. Nothing really has changed other than when I started to be licensed and you paid about $20, $30 a ticket. Okay. So with that, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm going to show you styles. A lot of it is in that book. And it's a color book. You'll love it. Just send me an email right now, and so you'll be able to get it. All right. So let me show you what basically we're talking about. Let's go check out the markets really quick. And I want to show you a couple of stocks that are moving. Now, there are a lot of things that are moving in the market. And obviously, what's very exciting for maybe some of you, or maybe not some of you, is that we have a new administration coming in. Okay, we have a new trader. You can use that email too, Murphy. You can use Fausto P, Fausto, any one of them works fine. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the new administration, some people are really upset that we got a new president. They probably wanted the old president back. Some of you excited. The thing is about traders is that what we love about a new administration is that you're going to get a new type of policies going to come in, and new things are going to be moving. So you've seen what happened when President-elect Trump got elected, how the market, certain stocks did really, really, really well, okay? So I want to show you some of the stocks that we're looking at. And another thing, too, I don't know if anyone here has been following me on Instagram or YouTube. I did a really cool video on Archer. I don't know, has anyone here subscribed to my YouTube channel or my Instagram, whatever it is? I don't know if anyone here, it's you could just look up Cyber Trading U. I did a video on Archer, which was really cool. Murphy, you did? Let me just show you this really quick. It's on, I'm going to go on Instagram Reels. It's pretty quick. I like to do short ones than long ones because, some people feel like they lose the attention span and want something pretty quick. But let me just bring this up really quick. Here's actually my Instagram. And right here, I think it was this video right here? I think it was this video right here. Archer. Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah, this is the mystery drones. The video, I did a video on the drones, and everyone obviously knows what was happening going on into New Jersey. And it's funny, they still haven't talked about it, right? So anyway, you could see right here that affected, when did that start? Like November, right? So that stock, you could see Archer was on 342. Look where it is today, $11. All right. Red Cat, another drone company, same exact thing. The drone started making some action right around November, right? November 4th to hit New Jersey. Then the rumors started getting out, and you could see how the drone stock went from $4 to $5. Now it's going to $14. Today alone, it's up 12%. So there's a bunch of them. Robbie's another one, and whatever. Those stocks are doing pretty well. Bitcoin also picked up pretty well because when he got elected, you could see because President Trump wants to take Bitcoin and make the United States the capital of the currency of Bitcoin. That you could see. I'm just looking at the ETF. That did really well. Now, obviously, it started back off. The stock went up a lot. But the thing I'm trying to get to is this. There are so many stocks that are moving. Also, Palantir. Everyone see Palantir? That's another one that I did a webinar and a story on that one too. This stock, when the election was out, stock was 40. It's already at 80. Okay. So the thing is that what I'm trying to get is that a lot of people here are always thinking about, oh, what's Amazon doing? What's Microsoft? How's that going to affect 2025? Listen, there is a new administration. They have two different ideologies. One was an extreme favorite of the Green New Deal, and one calls it the Green New Scam. Okay. One wants to ban fracking and stop oil drilling. The other one says drill, baby, drill. So there are a lot of stocks out there that are doing well, and the other ones are going to get crushed. And that's why people like me in the trading business, we don't have we don't take our political beliefs on exactly how to trade, and say, oh, you know what? I hate Trump. So good, no problem. You know what? Short the stock. Let me know how that works out for you. Okay. And you know what? And it probably didn't work out too well for you. Let's say a lot of you people hate, Elon Musk. I'm like, great. You know what? Short his stock. Short his stock. How'd that work out for you in November when the stock was 200? Now it's at it was at as high as 450. Okay. Regardless where it is today, the point is traders don't take things personal. Okay. So you have to realize you're going, and you have to realize that you're going into a market now that is changing everything. Now, this is the big thing that you have to understand. This is what we teach at Cybertrain University. And let me just go to the quick PowerPoint really quick. So quantum stocks, AI stocks, all these things, they're doing fabulous. And the reason how we know which ones are moving and which industries are moving, because I'm not a genius. Listen, I'm not saying I got the stock picks. You could figure it out yourself, okay? Because when one stock is moving in the industry, you'll find every single one of them. And the best way to find these stocks is it's pretty easy to find them. They're all pretty much in your big percentage gainers and losers list. Not anyone here is using a big percentage gainers or losers, but you'll see that a lot of these stocks, when you find one thing is pretty much in that category, that they're not the only one that in that industry. When you see Amazon, Amazon is the only one in its industry. They don't have a competitor. They tried, but when you see a drone stock, and like, wait a minute, why is a drone stock in a big percentage gainers? And you'll start noticing other drone stocks. If you see quantum stocks, you'll see other quantum stocks in the big percentage gainers. So sometimes you got to know, and this is what you have to focus on in 2025, is that sometimes it's okay to move on. You're in some positions right now and you're like, everyone's doing well, but I'm not doing well in the market, because you're too stuck and you're too married to something that sometimes you need a change. And that's what we teach at Cybertrain University. That's what I learned as a trader. You can't be in love with something. This is not about being in love. This is about making money, but most importantly, controlling it, because you could be in love with someone. And I tell everyone this all the time in trading. Marriage is great. I've been married for over 28 years. Okay. But I heard divorces are very, very expensive. And I know some people here that have been married, and we know some divorces can get extremely ugly. So trading is the same thing. You get married to the wrong stock and you just sit there and you just, you know what? I'm already in this stock, 2 feet deep. It could really put you in a big bind. You could lose a lot of money on it. Sometimes you just got to say, you know what? It didn't go my direction. So it's time to move on. So what I want to talk about really quick, because I'm really short for time here. I know that David's got a lot of speakers here every 30 minutes. So I'm just going to get right into the excitement part. I'm going to talk about something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, I have a question to everyone here. Does anybody here know what this is? Does anyone have it? Just give me a yes or no. That's my question right now. Does anyone have Book Viewer? Just give me a quick yes or no. Okay, we got a no here. One person, 2 people. All right. No. Anyone else? What about you, Joe, Johnny, Danny, Craig, Chris? What about you guys? It's not level 2. I call it level 3. Wow, you're like, wait a minute, there's a level 3? Yeah, there's not even a level 3. It's also a level 4. All right, so let me explain to you a little bit of what it is. And then I'm going to give you guys my email. I'm going to tell you where to get it. Okay. Now, I've done several presentations for NASDAQ. Okay. I'm like one of their keynote speakers, because the exchanges want you to know how to trade the market. And you'd be amazed. A lot of you here don't realize, but you have a seat on the exchange. Think about it. You don't need, Fidelity, Schwab. You could do it yourself. And you could see every order. Because let me tell you, these brokerage firms, I don't know if you know this, they're trading against you. That's what they're doing. So now you're able to actually trade and see every order out there. Now, just think about that for a second. You could see every single order around the entire world. When I started, okay, this is the other big thing that you guys don't realize. You here all want to be traders. You all want to trade your money. Well, guess what? The only way you could have been a successful trader when I started, you had to have a seat on the exchange. Do you know what it costs to have a seat on the exchange? It cost millions of dollars, or you had to work for somebody. Okay. Today, you don't have to do it. They got rid of them. You ever see the New York Stock Exchange? There's nobody there anymore. You're going to have bar mitzvahs and weddings down there pretty soon. It's going to be it's going to be, whatever. It's going to be a catering hall. Well, actually, it already is. They don't need it. Everything's electronic because they got rid of them. They wanted to give it to you people because they felt, why should we limit to an exclusive club when we can have the whole world now have access to it? That's why everything's electronic. But the issue is a lot of you here don't know how to trade it. So let me explain to you how it works. And you're going to realize how blind you'll be trading. Now, I'm not trying to trade your style. You could do this towards any type of trading. If you're an indicator, if you're an options trader, or swing trader, anything. So what I want to cover is two words: buyers and sellers, because that's what controls the market. The issue that everybody does is the opposite. They look for support and resistance. Now, listen to me carefully. You cannot have a support level unless you have the buyers, and you can't have the resistance levels unless you have the sellers. So I'm going to show you basic one-on-one trading, buying and selling. So what we're looking at right here is we're looking at a stock that's going down, PLTR, and you could see how it started at 74, and over the course of the day, it stopped here at 71. Now, why didn't it stop at 70? Why did it stop at 71? Why didn't it stop at 72? What made 71 so special? Well, when you look at the exchange, hold on, let me get my crayons here so I could draw a little bit so you guys can follow along. Can everybody see my pointer? Okay. So you can see right here, what makes a support level is buyers. Okay. And when we work our way down this list, you'll notice right around here, which is here, there's a 155,000 share buyer out there. Now, is that a lot? Well, when you look at all the other price levels, you got 5,000, 2,000, 150,000. Yeah, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a really lot. I know you're not trading 150,000 shares. By the way, let's just do the math. All right. What is 150,000 shares? 150,000 times what? $71? Talking about $10 million. Anybody buying $10 million worth of stock? Well, actually, look at all those orders out there. 38 people make up that $10 million. You think you're smarter than that 10 million? Well, guess what? I've been doing this for 35 years. And before I started, I was a big failure rate because I was an ignorant 22-year-old kid. I'm 53 now. But I thought like, I know this company, whatever it may be. Oh, I did my indicators, my Bollinger Bands, my SM days, my Schenken. And it didn't matter what they said. It mattered what these orders did. And when I was on the floor, and when my mentor showed me, and he says, hey, you think you're better than that guy because you think all those little charts are working? I'm sorry. This is what you got to look at. And you know what? He was right. And you know what happened? That stock went from 71 to 73. Now, I'll show you another one. Okay. So here we're looking at resistance levels. Stock goes from 37, goes to 40, 45. Because remember, this is another issue. You ever buy stock, you're like, where am I going to take my profit? Like, do I hold it? And you get greedy. Ever happened to you? You're like, damn, I wish I sold it sooner than later. Well, the question is, did you see the sellers out there? Did you look on the ask and see who's getting out? Because if you did, and you worked your way over here, and you look over here on the sell side, you notice all the way down here, which I know is kind of hard to read, but it's this right here. There's 300,000 shares looking to be sold. That's a 6-digit number. Look at the average digits there. 4 digits, 3 digits, 500, 3,000, 300,000. How much smarter and better trading decisions if you knew that you were coming up to a big seller of 300,000 at $45 in the stock that you were in? this is why I do so many presentations for NASDAQ, because NASDAQ over the years, and this is the exchange, and believe me, they don't need me. I need them. But they know that by me being a popular speaker, and being all over the internet and doing so many presentations and being, being doing this for a long time, because by the way, I helped pioneer this platform 30 years ago. And I want to go into that detail. It's in my book when you read it, how that all came to fruition. They know that if everyone here were able to just understand where the market makers, the algorithms, the high frequency trades are, you would make smarter and better trading decisions. The only reason why you would ever fail is that you just got greedy and cocky. That's all. And that's just normal. We always get greedy, right? It happens. And that's okay. As long as you learn from it, so you don't do it again in the future. And that's really basically how trading works. So getting back to the 2025 outlook, I'm super excited. I am really excited about what to expect, because otherwise I would not still be here after doing this for 35 years. But I think I'm more excited now than I ever was, because in the years, I've never seen the market rally, from a presidential election. And this is the crazy part about this whole thing. Once again, if you're not a Trump fan, you are a fan, it's irrelevant. You had a president that not only lost, but this is the first time we had a president come back and win again. Now, for some of you, if you saw what happened when he was first there, he pretty much, listen, all politicians, if they only do 10% what they say they're going to do, they don't tell you about the 90% they're not going to do. Back then, you could see that he pretty much said everything he was going to do. He didn't come out with any surprises. So a lot of people know what to expect, what he's going to do when he gets elected. So there's going to be a lot of great action stocks that you better be prepared. But you got to follow Wall Street. You got to get off Main Street's back. And that's where people fail. Look what's going on Wall Street. See where the orders are. If you see a stock moving in this industry, you have to see it work. Now, I want to cover one last thing before we move forward. And I want to talk about, I want to bring up a couple of stocks here really quick. Okay, I want to talk about this Palantir really quick that's moving, because this is one of the stocks that's moving really, really well regarding about, part of the, I call it the Trump stocks. Let's call it the Trump stock. Anyway, by the way, this is an AI company that does cybersecurity. Okay, so question that you probably have to ask yourself is this: the stock's going up, right? Where are we going to get out? Where's the resistance levels? I mean, we're always looking. I'm going to ask everyone here: does anybody know where the resistance levels of Palantir is right now? Anyone want to take a guess? What do you think? Because this is where you got to have a game plan. Anyone have an idea? No one has an idea. If you don't have an idea, let me just give you, and don't take this the wrong way, because this is what my boss told me when I first got started, okay? You should not be trading. If you do not have a game plan, fellow traders, you should not be in the stock market. Good traders always have to be prepared where to get out. You should know where. Listen, if you're running in a war, okay, and you're running in the open field, don't you think you need to know where someone's shooting at you so you don't get killed? Okay, well, you don't want to get killed in the stock market. So T. Murphy's giving me 78 support. All right, well, here we go. I'm going to show you level 4. This is something a little bit bigger. And by the way, everything that I show you here, I'm going to invite all of you to come see this live. Okay. By the way, before I move forward and I get to this, I jumped ahead. Let me do this for you really quick. I don't want to spoil it. Does anyone here would like to get NASDAQ Book Viewer? Anybody here want to get this platform? This is what you need to do. Right here. Okay. Just send me an email. All right, at Fausto@ctucorp.com. And this is what I'm going to do. I got 2 videos I want to give you. I'll show you where to get it on the NASDAQ website, and I'll show you how to set it up. and how to utilize it. So I'm very short for time here. I got about 5 more minutes before I have to go. So before I forget, I want to make sure that I give you guys this be able to get these 2 videos. And you definitely want to try this. I mean, let me tell you something. This is going to blow your mind. By the way, this is not the Fausto indicator. I didn't invent this. This is directly through the exchange. You have a seat. You can't get this with your brokerage firm. Don't even waste your time. Okay. They don't even probably know what you're talking about. You can't call NASDAQ, but because I do so many presentations, I want you guys to be able to know where to get it. So email me now, and before you forget, and I'll get it. Like once again, so by the way, it's what you got to do. Let me just show you really quick. Yeah, open up your email and just write, Fausto. Just send me just write NASDAQ, whatever. Book, and just give me your name, because I don't know who your guy's name, Fausto Pugliese, whatever it is. So at least I know I can call you by your first name, and just hit send. All right. And hit send, and I'll be able to get that. All right. So I don't want to forget before we move forward. All right. Now let me talk about level 4. Okay. So hope I'm not going too fast for everybody here. So here's Palantir. I want to get back to this because I got the level 4 up and running. And Palantir right here, I want to show you something pretty cool. So the stock's been doing pretty well, and you'll notice it's starting to let me bring up the intraday chart. You see how it kind of went up, stopped at 78, came back down to 76, went to 78. See how it's having a tough time going up there? That's obviously a resistance levels, right? Well, I want to show you something, what we call the right of the chart. Not the left, where everybody's looking at, the right. Right here, this is the book. And you'll see right here at $79, there's 167,000 shares looking to be sold. And even here at 78, you can see all these orders. Here's when the market opened up, right? Look at all these orders that showed up right around here. You see it right there, resistance, 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 and you can see it, they're all over the place. So this stock's got a major resistance levels here around 78-ish, 79. Now, here's the $64,000 question. Can we get past 79? Absolutely. How does that have to happen? So 2 things need to happen. Number 1, someone has to execute and buy all those shares, or number 2, they all have to cancel together, which that's not going to happen. Those are real orders out there. Okay, so everybody understand that. Now, let me show you something. Now, let's just say someone did execute and bought all those shares, right? So you say, oh, yeah, I'll take the 160,000, right? No problem. Where's the next resistance levels? Well, when you look at the chart, you're probably saying, oh, maybe 83 or whatever it is. Not really. This is where your resistance levels are. The next biggest seller is a 100,000 share seller at $80. After that, 200,000 share at 85. Now, let's go back to the chart right here. Look at the resistance levels. You have resistance levels back on this day, which is right around that 80, right? 80, right? And then right up there on top, look at that, 85. So those orders are already out there in the future. So you see how you know it? You want me to do NVIDIA? I'll do NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a good one too. Let me bring up NVIDIA. NVDA. All right, NVIDIA. All right, now NVIDIA's got a lot of data. It's going to probably take a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds. Give me a second here. I also got Bitcoin too. While that's loading up, let me show you Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. We can even do this on Bitcoin. There's 1,600 Bitcoins at $100,000. Want to know where the resistance levels are? That's where they are. 66 Bitcoin sitting at 98, 59 right there. Even on Bitcoin, we could even see that. All right, so right here, let me make this a little bit further. 3 hours. I got to get some more data here. So here on NVIDIA, you got 1.2 million at 45, 700,000 at 46, and another 1.4 at 150. Okay. Now, as buyers go, there's no real buyers. So I'm glad that you brought this up, T. Murphy. This is pretty cool. Watch this. Let me bring the video up really quick. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, over the course of the year, has been having a major problem getting past this 150, 140. Look at all the orders. Let me just show you this really quick. Look at all these orders that are stacked. 145, 146, 147. Look at all the buyers. There's more sellers than buyers. So to everyone that's a huge fan of NVIDIA, okay, you're great. I understand it. But where's NVIDIA has gone over the course of the year? It is actually the worst performer of 2024. Okay? I don't care what you think about it. So, now again, someone's saying, wow, that's pretty cool. Listen, I didn't even scratch the surface yet. All right? Well, anyway, unbelievable how 30 minutes go. So one last thing before we go. All right? Now, does anyone here, what I like to do, everyone here, is that I have a professional trading room. And it's right here. You can see everyone right here. And it's about close to 200 people in there right now. These are all our instructors. These are all our traders. Right now, they're looking at a stock called CRNC. Stock looks pretty nice, going up. It's about 75% right now. If anyone here would like to join my trading room, if you want to learn more, all you need to do is, all I'm asking is for a $9 application fee for 1 week trial. So if you like to see this live in the market for one whole week from 7 a.m. to 4:30, all you need to do, take your phone, you could scan that QR code, or just type in www.ctu.co/free. All right. So if you want to come and see this live, you want to learn more about it, these are all things I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you some workshops. I'm going to give you Traders Talk Library. Oh, and also, if you do register, I'll even talk to you on the phone, because you know what? I'm actually looking for traders to trade with. So if you're somebody that really would like to learn how to trade and you want to be part of a team, well, I want to make sure that hopefully you're definitely, we have something in common. I want to interview you. But before we do that, once you get into the trading room, but the $9, listen, I don't need the $9. That $9 just tells me you're a real person or not, okay? Because we just don't let anybody in here for compliance purposes and for liability purposes. And like I said, after your trial is done, if you want your money back, you can have it. If you're not happy with it, we'll give you $9 back. So a couple of great things. If you want to get my book, if you want to get NASDAQ Book Viewer, just email me. But if you want to learn more and see how do we do in one whole week, just pay me $9. But that's all I got, David. Hopefully I was able to squeeze that all in. It was great having you guys here. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. All I could tell you is I'm really excited about 2025, and it's already been kicking off to be a good year so far. All right. David, thanks for having me. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good luck in 2025.